What's up, guys? This is your girl, Haydee Baby, 1/3 of the Ladies Pitch Podcast, and I'm here to give you a quick rundown about Anchor by Spotify. So basically, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need, all in one place. So here's how it works. Anchor lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to the most popular listening platforms, including Spotify, with just a single tap. Anchor is also the only place you can publish video podcasts to Spotify. So with Anchor, creators can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now let's go on with the episode.
Yo, Haydee, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
I got a question for you. You've known me long enough, right?
I would like to think so.
All right. So if you were to get a phone call at 4:42 in the morning saying, yo, Lexi got arrested, what would be the reason for my incarceration? For my arrest?
You bit someone. Assault.
Damn.
Definitely.
You just had to bring in the biting, huh?
You have a history of biting, A. Mm-hmm. And B, you're a little person. Little people are prone to be biters. So, wow. Yeah, I would definitely think it has something to do with biting. I'm just saying.
You know what? You might not be too far off. Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie, earlier this week, I was tempted to bite someone. I was compelled by the powers of the ancestors to not do it.
What does that temptation feel like? Like, describe it. Like, what
It's
goes
like,
over your body?
It works its way up from my toes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not from the jaw?
Nah, it works its way up from my toes. And it's like a smolder. Sorry if you guys hear the sounds of the Bronx. I live in the hood. Deal with it. It smolders its way up through my body. And then it's like... You know when you have a craving for like
Dick?
Sweet stuff when you're on your period?
Dick?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like honey buns.
Oh, yeah.
Or Swiss rolls. Mm-hmm. That's how it is. Like if someone upsets me, I have to fight the urge to lunge at them and
bite them?
Orally assault them.
You put it you dress it up so nicely, orally.
Yeah, put a bow on that bitch, you know? That's who I am.
All right.
Okay.
Check 1, 2, testing.
Welcome to another episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. A controversial podcast where choosing violence is always the answer.
Please welcome.
Here are your hosts, Haydee Baby, Lexi the Savage, and Do-Rag Daddy.
What is up, you guys? You already know who this is. This is everyone's favorite atheist, Lexi the motherfucking Savage.
What up, y'all? This is your girl, Haydee motherfucking Baby in the building. Bienvenidos to another episode of the Ladies Pitch Podcast. Mamacita, la salvaje. You want to tell everyone why did we begin this episode with the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme song, huh?
I have been consuming beers all day.
She's been chugging back beers like Stone Cold all day.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell everyone why I am highly concerned that you might have a drinking problem at this point?
It's the ALCS, guys, and the Yankees have me on the brink of a nervous fucking breakdown.
Mm-hmm. God. Mind you, we are recording, and on the TV is the Yankee game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second to last Yankee game, the way these motherfuckers are playing right now.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
because of the bitch ass Houston fucking Astros. Like, I just need to know what fucking hotel they're staying in.
For what, bitch? I'm not going with you.
I just want to have a conversation.
You have questions?
I have questions.
Okay.
I want to have a conversation with a couple of people on the team. They were on the team back in 2017. They know who they are.
Okay.
They know who they are.
How was your week, dear?
You remember that scene in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood
Which scene?
when Brad Pitt's character gets ambushed by the Manson followers?
Yes.
And-
when he went to the compound.
Yeah, not even that. Like towards the end when he's in Leo DiCaprio's character's house. Well, he's staying on the property and he's in his little like part of the and the followers come.
Yeah.
And he sicks brandy on them and he's like fighting them. I feel like that.
Wow.
Yeah, like I've been all my life I had to fight. That's how I feel.
That's rough.
It's been very rough.
Okay.
But we here, we made it.
We vibing.
We vibing. If you guys hear the hood in the background, you already know it's the Bronx on a Saturday night.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that.
I think that's Bad Bunny. Is that Bad Bunny?
that is not Bad Bunny.
It's not Bad Bunny.
Definitely
Holy
not.
fuck. Do
It's
not
one
take
of the drill guys, I think.
Oh, is
if
that?
you guys can hear it and you can identify what
Yeah,
song it
please
is.
let me know. I'm old and out of touch.
Yeah.
Apparently, I just found out. Quick story. I was at work. I was sitting in my office and I heard a song and I was like, yo, is that Vanilla Ice? And one of my employees were like, absolutely not. That is, I forgot who they said.
Ice Spice.
Oh, Ice Spice. And they were like, no, it's this person. And I'm like, what is that? They're like, he's a rapper. I think they said Lil Baby or something like that.
Little baby, yeah.
And I was
That
like,
is a rapper.
is that like his rap name? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, on purpose? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right.
You know what I find so like hilarious is that it was so quiet.
It was.
It was so
dead ass. It was so fucking quiet.
This neighborhood, for it being a Saturday night, it was like eerily quiet. All of a sudden, as soon as we hit record, everybody and their mama want to go outside.
Everybody was like, LOL, hold that one, ladies pitch.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Haydee baby came over. I was blitz cleaning the fuck out of my closet. I had a hyper ADHD moment where, okay, let me walk you through this
This
real
bitch
quick.
did the cleaning that people do like once they're done with COVID.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're out of quarantine. They just got over COVID and they
So-
do the whole cleaning of the apartment. That's the type of cleaning Lexi was doing when I got
So
here.
I woke up this morning. I went into the Heights to run some errands. I came home. It was like 2 in the afternoon. I was like, yo, I'm going to take a little power nap before Haydee baby gets out of work. I'm laying down. Like, I'm dead ass laying down. I'm comfortable. My bed felt like freaking butter on melted toast. And out of nowhere, I'm like, I have to clean up my closet. I shot up like a dart. Like, I shot up. I got up. I start taking shit out my closet. Jeremy Renner's like, you need help with that? I'm like, I just might. She's like, I bet. I start pulling things out of my closet. She's helping me rearrange things in the other closet in our house. This is all happening. Haydee baby comes. She's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, just bear with me. It's how my brain works. I promise I'll feel better after this. And I got it done. Thank you.
That's therapeutic.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's for me as well.
And also I have an obnoxious amount of hoodies.
You do.
I do.
Yo, this bitch was like cleaning out her closet. She's like just putting the regular shirts on one side. She's like hoodie, 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 hoodie. And she's just piling up hoodies. I'm like, what? This is a fucking hoodie, mommy.
And yeah, and none of them were stolen. They're all mine.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? You just earned yourself a new AKA.
Hoodie mommy.
Hoodie mommy.
I have an obnoxious amount of hoodies.
Hoodie mommy.
And I love it.
AKA
It's-
Lexi the Savage.
It's like a cocoon for me because I put a hoodie on. I got the hood. I feel cozy and protected.
It feels like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, it's like it's my haven. It's my safe haven. It's who I am as a person.
Yeah, you really have a lot of hoodies.
How have you been? How are you? Talk to me.
I'm good. I'm doing good. I got some news. I started a new journey. I went back to therapy.
How's that going?
I had one session.
Okay.
It was good. I like her so far.
That's dope. How did you find her?
I found her through, oh my God, I forgot the name of the website. I'm sorry. You know, I'm horrible. I'll send it to you. But yeah, I think it was like Therapist something.
Therapist for Black girls?
No.
They're great, by the
That's
way.
initially what I used.
Yeah, they're great, by the way.
I actually had 2 therapists from there. The last one I told you, she just up and left and talking about that she was going to, she forgot to call me one week, and then she was saying like that I missed it, and I'm like, no, you never called me, like, and you didn't even confirm with me the week before.
Yeah.
Long story short, it turned me off because I take a very long time to open up to these therapists.
Absolutely. It's
Like,
not an
takes me
easy endeavor.
It takes me at least the 3rd or 4th session. But this one,
I'm a 4th session kind of girl.
yeah, but this one I'm actually, and you know, someone actually told me like, when you kind of like speak to therapists or your insurance, they kind of like, you know, when you pick them out the insurance. I'm actually paying for this therapist.
Are you?
A session, yes.
How are her rates?
I'm paying $140
For an hour?
an hour therapy session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they have cheaper ones. They have more expensive ones. But I
Okay.
was like, let me try it out. You know, I'm not going to put a price on like my mental health.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm
so-
just more concerned. Here's my thing. I don't want to have a conversation with someone where I'm dismantling my wall and you're kind of looking at it in perspective like you can't relate. This is part of the reason why I prefer not to have Caucasian therapists. I would prefer someone who can relate to the aspect of me being Latina, me being a woman. I remember a long time ago, I was trying to find a therapist and it was a white guy. And I was like, I can't do this. No offense to you, but Papi, what you know about my struggles?
The first therapist that I saw in my adulthood was a Caucasian man. And let me tell you that when I would speak with him, literally this would be what he would say. Oh,
Yeah, very
and how did that make-"
condescending.
Yes, I got that condescending and it totally turned me off. I was like, nope. After 2 sessions, I was like, I'm out.
There was one of my favorite therapists. She was Mexicana. She was 2nd generation Mexican woman. Yo. You know when you have a conversation with someone and it's like, no matter how much time goes by, when you reconnect with this person, it feels like you never left. Mm-hmm. She gave me that feeling. And I was concerned because it's like, I want to open up and I did. But at the same time, it's like, is this normal for me to want to open up so quickly and so easily?
Wow, she really made you feel comfortable.
Yeah, she was great. And I had her for 2 years. She wound up moving to the West Coast. Dr. Salazar, I hope you're great. But one of the things she used to always tell me is like, your biggest problem is I like to create scenarios in my head. Mm-hmm. She's like, 90% of the time, the scenarios you're creating in your head, not only do they not exist, they will never exist. Because you're already putting in your negative inflection.
Guilty.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You get the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
She was dope, man.
And I tell myself, like, my thing with therapy is, right, when I feel myself starting to open up, when I start to open up, I get anxiety. Like, I legit caught an anxiety
it's a very
attack.
vulnerable moment.
I caught an anxiety one time with a therapist. Like, she legit had to get me water because I felt like the walls were closing in on me. And it was because she had struck something that caused me to open up and actually talk about something that's very triggering for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't know how to react to it. And everything was just like closing in. And she's like, breathe, breathe. And she got me some water. And I'm like, why is it so terrifying to open up to people? Like, I find that to be, it just raises my anxiety.
Honey, we're like onions. We have so many layers to us that when you peel back those layers, it's like, all right, I have another layer to protect me. But once you get to like that center core,
You get to the core.
you're like,
And that's what they do. They get to the core and they start yanking at it. Like, that's
Yeah.
what you need to heal.
And my thing is, and you have pointed this out about me. I have walls, man.
Yeah.
I have walls, and I'm just very big on. I'm like the troll at the bridge. You can't cross. So to be able to find someone who's so easily navigated past that, you're like, nah, no,
That's a gift.
It really is a gift. And the thing about, you're good at what you do if you didn't even realize you're doing it. If that makes sense. Like some people just have that gift where you don't even feel like it's work or it's chore. You're being yourself. But because being yourself comes with that added layer of, I have healing properties. I have comfort properties. And those are properties that are not really prevalent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of shit that I say doesn't make sense, but in my head it does. So hopefully when I say it out loud, you guys are able to
It makes perfect sense.
interpret it. Okay. So you did your first session.
Yes, I did my first session. I'll be having my second session on Wednesday. I do a little prayer before. I'm doing a lot more writing. I'm really good with like journaling.
Channeling with the ancestors. That's good.
Because, I want to go into it with a positive mindset.
As you should.
I don't want to go into it like, oh, it's just not going to work.
We are all
It's not
for
gonna,
taking care of your mental health, prioritizing your mental health. We're all for that because if you're not right upstairs, then everything else is going to fall apart. That's really dope.
Yeah, so I'll keep the listeners updated and
Definitely do.
I'll definitely find the info, so I'll post it in the
Yeah.
show details if anyone's interested, looking for a therapist or looking to talk to someone, vent, whatever the case is. So I'm excited.
As you should be.
I'm excited about it.
Good.
Yeah, man. So, you know what I've been thinking about lately? I've been thinking about, right, and again, we were talking about creating scenarios and just like the most random thoughts. So I was thinking about, listen, I'm going to be 38 years old, right?
Yes.
In 4 months. Now.
Well, oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What?
I've lost all track of time and space.
Girl, yeah, I'm an old fart.
I've been drinking. Continue.
So I'm going to be 38 in 4 months. And I'm like, maybe I should start. It's not good. I don't think I'm going to really like find someone and meet someone.
I thought you were going to say you were going to start porn.
That's in the back burner. But anyway, you're dying for me to like create some type of sex tape. You're a fucking degenerate.
Yeah. You know why?
Wait. Before I get into this story of what I've been thinking that I'm getting older and I'm getting close to the age of 38, this bitch tells me before recording that why don't I release a fucking sex tape so she can be my Kris Jenner and manage me and like we can become like...
No, this is what I said. I said, do a sex tape. We're going to send it to Mama Kris. We're going to get Mama Kris to manage us.
Oh my God.
So that we can make it to the top.
Yeah. We love you, Red, but Kris Jenner's like our dream manager.
Yo, if Kris Jenner was to slide in the fucking DMs,
I'll send her what I have in my my hidden folder.
I'm going to pee on myself.
Damn, bitch.
I can just, because here's the thing. I have the notifications turned off on Instagram. I have all my notifications turned off because I'm a sociopath.
My phone's always on D&D. So.
Yeah, but like, you know how you have the message requests? If I fucking see Kris Jenner in there, I am waking everybody up. I'm going to be like, we motherfucking made it. Wake the fuck up. It's over. Fuck work. I'm grabbing my phone charger and I'm going to Calabasas, California. In my sweats and one of my hoodies. Calabasas. And one of my 37,000 hoodies. I'm going to Calabasas. Even if it means
the yellow one. I like the yellow
one. Even if I gotta be the nanny for the kids, that's fine. They don't gotta worry about me fucking their meds because I don't like any of their meds.
Babysit all the kids except for Kim's kids, because God forbid Kanye finds out that a fucking woman from the Bronx is babysitting his kids.
I need Kanye to understand I will whoop his ass. I am not afraid of Kanye fucking West. Kanye West is a regular fucking Tuesday for me. Come at me, bro. You think I don't know how to deal with crazy people? I live with the capital of crazy. Jeremy fucking Renner. is the LeBron James of crazy.
That is a fact.
Kanye don't put fear in my heart.
Oh, man.
If anything, they would need me, be like, yo, deal with Kanye. I got you, Kim. I got you. You get me that new iPad? I got you.
Not the iPad.
I need a new MacBook. Kim, get me a new MacBook. I will put your baby daddy in fucking check. He will never disrespect you again.
Or Skeet.
Or Skeet.
He'll start calling him by his full government
He will
name.
call him Peter. Mr. Davidson by the time I'm done with Kanye.
I really hate you.
I hate me too. Plot twist.
Anyway, so back to my thoughts, my approaching 38 thoughts. So I was thinking, right, I don't think I'm gonna like meet someone from here to 40 because my age to have a child is 40. That's it. If I don't have a child by 40, I'm never having
Can
a
we
kid.
like simulate a birth scene where you're giving birth and I come out like an Ace Ventura when he's coming out the rhinoceros?
This is what I deal with.
Like Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny when he's coming out thing. He's like, can we do that?
This is what I deal with.
We can do that.
I don't want you anywhere in my birth room. You are banned. And I'm saying this now
I'm
on
coming
our
in.
platform.
No, I'm gonna be there.
So I don't think I'm going to meet someone and be able to, like, you know, properly vet him to be my child's father.
Make
right?
sure he got all his teeth. That's all
Right.
you need.
So I figure I'll pick somebody, like, maybe I'll end up having like a kid, like with a friend, a close
can I
guy
help you
friend.
pick out your baby
That's
daddy?
what I'm saying. So I want you to help me properly
I got
vet
you.
a man to be my
got
child's
you.
father.
It could be like American Idol.
Yes.
Be like, that's a no.
That's a no for me.
Be like, what's your favorite team? The Patriots? Nah.
So what would I have to go through to, like, how would I properly vet a man to be my child's father?
Based on my
My
rubric.
first child's father, yes.
Based on my rubric, he's gotta have all his teeth, all his limbs. Gotta have good taste in sports teams.
I've got to see his father. Because sometimes
I
the
gotta
kid
see-
ends up looking like their grandparent. Like,
Yeah.
I need to see your mama and your dad.
I gotta see his hairline.
His dad's hairline.
His dad's hairline.
I know more or less.
I need to watch him eat a meal.
Why?
I gotta make sure he chews with his mouth closed.
I mean, but I'm gonna teach my
Listen.
child to chew with his mouth closed.
Sometimes I watch my pediatric roommate eat, and I'm like, my God, you eat like your father. Yeah.
Okay, so then we have to make sure that
I gotta see him, like, I gotta follow him, like, a day in the life. Like, see how he goes about his day.
yeah, I need to see like his mannerisms.
His mannerisms. Gotta make
hands.
sure he's not a cornball.
Yeah, his hands, his
Because the
feet.
last thing I need is for you to have a corny baby daddy. We're not trying to have a corny baby daddy.
Oh God.
Now, no Nick Cannons around here, you know?
Legendary corny.
The legendary corny Nick Cannon.
Yeah, so that's gonna be my next, like, the next.
I gotta
thing
know
I'm gonna
his
get
political
into it.
views.
Bitch, I'm gonna have to sleep with him. Well, not necessarily sleep with him because I could probably have to do like
Have him, you know,
what is
jizz in a cup.
insemination? Yeah, jizz in a cup.
Jizz
right.
in a cup.
Right.
And there's also one question I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna look him dead in the eye, and I'm only gonna ask, Kobe or LeBron.
Ooh.
And depending on how he answers, will determine as to whether or not he's gonna sire a child with you.
But I'm not a sports fanatic.
That's the problem. That's why I'm here.
Okay. All right.
I gotta gauge all of this. I have to vet everything. Red is gonna ask all the finance questions and all of that.
Yeah, she deals with the finance,
The finance
part of, like,
and
the man.
all that, all that adult shit. I ask the real tough questions.
Okay. I'm gonna ask like what's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
What do you prefer, comedy or romance?
I'm gonna be like, my man's
Horror, shit like
game
that.
on the line. Who you want at the free throw line? If you say some dumb shit, I'm cooking you.
What if he doesn't watch basketball?
He's done. You gotta follow at least 3 major sports.
Okay.
I said what I said.
So if you guys, any men out there that potentially want to be my child's father, slide in the DMs. Lexi will have a list of qualifications and questions for you. Red will also have that as well. You guys will fill it out, submit it. You have it to the year 2024, right?
Yeah.
2024. Deadline is December 2023.
There we go. There we go.
So we'll see about that. Yeah, boo. So let's get, since you started off with Kanye, let's get into a little bit of Kanye, because I know you wanted to rant a little bit about Ye and what's been going on with him. So did you get to see him on Drink Champs?
I got to see a lot of it, and you know, I enjoy Drink Champs. It's usually like a fun. It's Nori drinking, vibing with his guests. I honestly feel like he was in over his head with Kanye. He probably thought that he could be the one to reel him in. Honestly, I felt like that is an upper echelon interview. Even though Kanye is at the point of no return, I don't think Nori understood what was going down with Kanye in regards to, oh, whatever, we'll keep it light. Because he'll be like, oh, I'm not saying that this is exactly what he asked him, but he'll be like, oh, what's your favorite color? The Jews are coming to kill me. Like, he was just very over the top the whole time. And it's unfortunate because I know Nori issued an apology about the whole thing. But it's not for Nori to apologize. Granted, it is his platform, and I know why he did it. I just feel like maybe if you were a more established interviewer, you could have reeled that interview in.
I agree with you. I think I saw it. I saw most of it. I think that he bit more than he can chew.
Yeah.
With that interview.
I agree.
His platform was not the platform to speak to Kanye about his recent, tantrums and rants on these media outlets and all the anti-Semitic comments that he was making. Drink Champs was not the platform to have that conversation.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Nori's not equipped to have those type of conversations because he's not really he's kind of ignorant to a lot of shit. And he's like, his rebuttals wasn't like, it seemed like because he has a personal relationship with him, he was afraid to kind of put him in his place because he was afraid of the backlash that Kanye was going to give him. And Kanye's at a point where you can't be like, you can't cater to his feelings or to be afraid of the backlash. You got to check him.
Let me ask you something. And this is something I was thinking about, because we had a conversation about this early on in the week. And I'm going to go into it. But before I do, if there's one person right now that can pull Kanye and be like, yo, my mans, you fucking wildin' right now. You need to relax. And Kanye's going to listen. Who do you think that person is?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Thank you. I said the same thing. I'm like, if there's one person right now that can get into Kanye's head and he's actually going to fucking listen to what they have to say, it's Jay-Z. No one else. It's Jay. Now, is it Jay's responsibility? Absolutely not. He had his own shit going on. It's not his obligation. Kanye's a grown-ass man.
And who knows how much he's already had to deal with before they parted ways,
It's funny you say that because someone early on, I was at work and we were talking about that. And he's like, well, Jay just kind of left him. And I'm like, no. You don't fucking know what that dynamic was, because Jay-Z is not the type of person to just walk away from that kind of talent unless there was shit going on and he's like, no, my man, I can't.
There's only so much that you can help someone. There's only so much that you can advise someone. Yeah. There's only so much you can do for someone.
And he's always had like that big brother dynamic with him. But if you're not listening, like for example, if you're telling me something that I know is good for me or whatever, and I'm not listening because whatever, how many times are you going to tell me the same thing over and over again? Realistically speaking, as a woman, as my friend, as my business partner, you can only do but so much. Is at the end of the day, the message is only as good as the person receiving it. And that's what's going on right now with Kanye. Ain't nobody in his world, in his head, can tell him something that he's going to listen to unless it's coming from someone he holds in high regard. And that's very few people. One of them is dead. And that's his mom. Jay-Z is another person. We don't know where he stands in his relationship with Kim Kardashian. At the end of the day, that is the mother of his 4 kids. We don't know how that dynamic is right now. Because one day they're trying to co-parent. The next day he's bashing her all over social media. Imagine how fucking exhausted and tapped out she is. She's trying to keep up a front because she is her own person. She's a mogul. She's a media personality. Love her or hate her. She's got to do what she's got to do.
Yeah, for sure.
The universal theme is ain't nobody want to deal with a crazy baby daddy.
That's a lot to deal with.
It is.
He is a lot to deal with, man.
Yo.
We don't even know him personally, and I'm just exhausted from like seeing these clips on social media with him ranting and him going. I'm exhausted.
Now here's my question.
So imagine having to deal with him as your baby daddy.
Yeah, and here's my question. And yo, I'm gonna piss off all the men right now, but I do not give 2 flying fucks. Cry to your fucking moms.
We're having that type of day.
We're having that conversation. Where's his conservatorship? Here is someone who clearly has no regard or decorum for what they have to say or what they're doing. Where the fuck is his conservatorship? He is showing blaring telltale signs of uncontrolled mental illness.
He's manic right now.
Super manic. And this isn't the first manic episode.
No.
In a matter of 6 months, how many fucking manic episodes have we seen? And here's another thing too. For everyone that's saying, oh, y'all not listening to Kanye, why aren't y'all holding Kanye accountable? Why aren't y'all making sure Kanye is right in the fucking head? Y'all so quick to say, oh, and this is something I'm bringing up because I've seen this. The same guys that are saying, well, Brittany Griner broke the law, she should be in prison, are the same guys that are saying, well, y'all not listening to what Kanye is saying. I understand what Kanye is saying. Y'all are fucking simps. Y'all are obviously not looking at the issues. You're looking at the gender. Because had that been a man in Brittany Griner's situation, free them. They ain't do nothing wrong. It's just a little CBD oil. What's the difference? I need to understand the difference because I keep seeing this repeated theme of if it's a woman, oh, well, she obviously did something wrong. That's why she's in that predicament. But when the man is blatantly doing something fucking wrong, or y'all not understanding him, he's misunderstood.
I don't know if Kanye is too far gone for anyone to even, and he's burning too many bridges for people at this point to even give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like now, his mental status is like not even a factor for some people because now he's just blatantly being disrespectful.
That whole white lives matter, but then you're saying shit about the Jews, so it's like certain white lives matter,
girl. And we know the Jews are they run this country.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah, just don't.
You know?
And
but he played with boiling hot water with that.
Where's his conservatorship?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to ask that every time I get a chance to ask.
I don't think that at this point anyone even gives that much of a fuck.
They're done. Because he's exhausting.
Done with him.
He's
That's
exhausting.
What I'm saying that when at this point you can't even use his mental health as an excuse for his bullshit. It's like, bro.
No.
And he had, you know what's crazy? You see that all the time. He's always like posting the private conversation. You can, man, if it's one thing Ye is gonna do is blast your private conversations with him. He said it on Drink Champs. Like, why are you telling me your secrets? I'm not your hard drive. And I quote.
Yo, I heard that and I was like, this motherfucker. And it's funny because you had sent me something that someone was like trying to like defend and justify him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, shut the, like the first thing I said when I saw that, I was like, man, shut the fuck up.
I knew you would enjoy that.
It
was an interesting threat because I do like to see like other perspectives
and
when
I
it
get
comes
that,
to
but
the
sometimes
manner.
You're on the wrong, it's the wrong fucking perspective.
Yeah.
It's like Nick Fury who's like, you had an idea, but it was a dumbass idea. You had an opinion, but it was a dumbass opinion.
Yeah.
This man needs to be under a conservatorship. And I'm going to fucking say that. I don't care who I piss off. Go cry to your fucking mother. She's the only one that fucking cares. And if she's not here, then get an Ouija board. I don't know what to tell you. Go cry to her. Like, I don't care.
So he's been banned from Instagram and Twitter.
I think he was suspended. But then I heard he bought Parler, which is the
Yes, I did read
right-wing
that.
conservative social media outlet. So let's see how that goes for him.
I heard there were a lot of white supremacists on that app.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was one of Donald Trump's favorite playgrounds to play in before his phone was rendered a brick because he was banned from everything.
Donnie issued a statement.
You know you fucked up when Donnie T is like, oh, he sounds crazy.
If Donnie is saying you sound crazy, my man, it's time to look in the mirror.
It's time to just go on an island, gather your thoughts, get a new publicist, get a new PR team, and get it together.
It's time to look at the man in the mirror and make that change.
Yeah. Because if Donald Trump from Queens, the same borough as Nicki Minaj, the ain't shit borough, is saying you crazy,
Come on. Shout out to the listeners in Queens, man.
I said what I said. I said what I said.
She's very unapologetic tonight, guys.
I'm always unapologetic.
Yeah, today is like times 10.
Again, cry to your mom.
If I said what I said, was a whole Puerto Rican.
Is this bitch right here? Like,
His Gemini brother, Donnie.
they're both Geminis. You absolutely right. Oh, I think their birthdays are like days apart. Hold on.
I'm
let me
not
do
sure,
this.
but Donnie's
hold on. I'm gonna
definitely
do it
a
right now.
Gemini.
I'm gonna do the information.
So while she looks at that information, side note, in approximately 3 hours, it's motherfucking Scorpio season.
Ay, jai, jai.
Yes, we want to shout out some of our favorite Scorpios. Shout out to Haji. Who else? Ron. Who else? Will shout out to my cousin, my grandma,
My brother.
Yes.
Yo, they're like literally 6 days apart.
Yeah.
Donnie T is June 14 and Kanye is June 8th. My God. Even the picture they got for Kanye in Wikipedia is like, I don't give a fuck. Oh, God.
Yo, out of his 4 kids.
And another thing, before we get to North being the incarnate of Kanye,
You know where I was going with
stop
that.
using Kanye's musical genius as a reason to justify his behavior. One has nothing to do with the other. I need people to understand that. The same way people could separate Michael Jackson, the artist, and R. Kelly, the artist, from the stuff that they did in their private and personal lives, y'all can do the fucking same too. I want to believe that you guys are fucking smarter than that. Don't do it. Because if I see one more person say, oh, but he's a genius. No. Don't do that. Do not take that fucking route. Sorry, I just had to go on that route because it pissed me off.
Listen, I feel your passion. I feel the heat from across the room.
I just hate how a lot of men of a certain status and stature
She's coming for y'all tonight.
get excused or try to be given a pass for the bullshit that you do because of other stuff that you've done. Because when it's the shoe is on the other foot, when it's a woman, we don't get that. We
I
don't.
see what you're saying.
We don't get that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, the
Yo,
drink
real quick,
champs-
this guy on my TV got some fucked up box braids. Continue.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I have ADHD, guys. You should know this by now.
She's ADHDing tonight.
I'm stimming hard, bro.
So the Drink Champs episode got pulled.
They pulled it?
Yeah, they pulled it from platforms.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, Nori pulled it. He issued an apology
Damn.
again.
That's crazy.
Like you said, he didn't have to. He shouldn't have to. But unfortunately,
it's his platform.
it's his platform. You know, he knew what Kanye already had been doing that week for several weeks on media outlets. You knew exactly what you wanted when you asked him to come on the show. You knew what you were going to get, because at this point, if you invite him on your show, you know what you're going to get. So you want a show, Kanye's going to give it to you.
That's one thing.
He gave it to you and then some.
Oh, yeah.
And then, he offended a lot of people as usual. And then,
he offended an entire race.
You pull the episode and you issue an apology, and it's like you have to be held fucking accountable for it. Like, I'm sorry, it's your show. You knew what he was gonna do. You knew what he was gonna say.
Interview wise, Nori was way in over his head.
That wasn't for him. That was Kanye. He has to sit down with like a journalist that's gonna challenge him and is actually gonna put him in his place.
Yeah.
Journalism is not Nori's thing.
No.
Sit down, speak with rappers about hip hop stories, talk that shit, smoke and drink. Oh, that's your shit.
You know who I would love to see Kanye sit down with, because I know this interview can go a lot of ways, but in a good way? My man Howard.
Ooh.
My man Howard. Because Howard Stern.
That would be good.
Yeah. The way, how do I say this? I don't think, well, first of all, Howard Stern is one of our favorite interviewers, one of our favorite people, but
that's our inspiration right there.
He just knows. This is the same man who was able to get a confessed killer to walk through their process on his show like nothing. So I feel like he's one of those few interviewers who, because of the way his show is, he'll be like, you know what? Let's have Kanye West on here. I want to pick his brain. I want to see why he is the way that he is. And Howard is Jewish.
Yes, he is.
That's not a secret. Like, he's very Jewish. So just imagine how that dynamic would have been if Kanye would have started like wilding out, saying all the shit, all the anti-Semitic stuff that he was saying. Howard would be like, nah, we're not doing that. If we're gonna have a conversation, let's have a conversation. But if not, you can go. And that was the problem with Nori. Now, once the Nori say you can go, I don't gotta entertain this.
Yeah.
He kept trying to kind of like appease him, so to speak. Like, let me just, get him to relax and get him to calm down. No, you're not going to come on my show, because this is my show and I do have a platform. You're not going to come on here to say what you're going to say and think I'm not going to say anything. What do you think?
No, yeah. I agree with you. Like I said, let's see how it goes. Like I said, I don't think anyone really gives a fuck at this point to even excuse Kanye for the disrespect.
I don't think he has a lot of people in his corner.
Yeah, he's burned a lot of bridges. No one is really going to give a fuck.
And it's unfortunate because
to place him on the conservatorship at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he has his kids and stuff, but what grown-ass adult is on his side? Or who wants to be on his side at this point? You're driving everyone away.
Well, let's see how this plays out, man.
Well, speaking of being full of it,
nice segue.
I know, right? With the decimation of Roe versus Wade, people don't realize the effects and the magnitude of this decision being stricken down by the Supreme Court has, not just on women, but all across the board. Like, it's a really far stretching ripple effect. And I say that to say that a lot of sex workers were impacted by this decision because they are now, rightfully so, demanding more money to do certain scenes. Doubling our rates for cream pie scenes. Now, for those of you who do not know what a cream pie is when a man ejaculates into a woman's vagina and it spills out.
Basically, when a man makes you a Twinkie,
Yeah, it's a cream filling and
he
it's
makes you
spilling
his own
out.
personal Twinkie.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
I miss him.
You've ever been a cream pie?
I have, yeah.
You
This is my
have?
best times.
Okay. All right. Well,
Have you?
here's the thing, because I have an irrational fear of getting pregnant. No.
Damn. That means you know what? That means you haven't gotten that real good dick that make you risk it all. Every woman has gotten that one.
I'm sorry.
Every woman has gotten that
I'm sorry.
one dick where you're
I don't care how good that dick is. I am not raising your fucking kid if I don't want to raise your fucking kid.
Listen. Sometimes you chance it when you're at that if you got the little Flow app on your phone, there's certain days where if you have a very low chance of getting pregnant.
I do not know this woman.
And
I do not
and
affiliate
you're
with
like,
this
you know
woman.
what?
This woman
Fuck
thinks
it.
I'm trying to get pregnant out here.
I mean,
Or
listen,
even risk the opportunity of getting pregnant.
I'm just saying, ladies, if I'm preaching right now, let me know.
Needless to say, Vice News, God bless them, they posted this article about a lot of sex workers. And you know what's funny? A lot of sex workers are opting, especially in the porn industry, to do scenes with condoms now because of that.
I'm not watching no sex scene with a condom.
You know what's funny? I was having a conversation with a guy once, and he was like, yo, I don't care how bad the bitch is. If I see a condom in that porn scene, I'm going to another video.
That's a fact.
That's crazy.
That is a fact. I do not want
And I
to
know
see
a lot of like
condom.
Brazilian porn, they use condoms because of the rates down there are like astronomically off the charts for like STDs and AIDS.
But I mean, in the pre-screening process, are you not testing?
They don't
for
do that out there in
STDs,
Brazil.
HIV?
A lot of like, okay,
That sucks.
don't ask why I know this, but a lot of like production companies don't have the money. Like when I used to do the stuff for Bang Bus, I mean, it's Bang Bus. They're like the cream of the crop for, porn. They take the screening and testing very seriously. If we looked at the talents charts and they weren't tested, within like the 30 days, you're not doing a scene.
That's
But a lot of but you got to bear in mind, like in a lot of other places and countries, they don't adhere to the same standards. South America, Brazil, they're gonna do a scene. You're gonna see condoms.
Skip.
Oh my God!
I'm serious.
No prophylactics in your porn.
No. Same thing with like OnlyFans clips on Twitter. If they have a condom on, like, nah, my mans. What are we doing?
So what's the stigma?
And let me not catch a bitch giving head to a man wearing a condom.
That is weird to me.
Bruh. Nah.
You're sucking off rubber.
Nah.
Not about that life.
I'm not. I'm skipping right past that scene.
That's funny.
I'm not doing it.
I remember one time I was on Pornhub, and you know how like the homepage, you see like the previews of the different videos. Every single video clip that was on the homepage, I don't know if this was a coincidence or what, or like, the algorithms. Every single like clip, the woman was like holding a dick wearing a condom. And it was weird to me because I was like in bed and I'm like, wait, what's happening here? Why are they all wearing condoms? So then I'm like, the whole like first page, I'm like, no, I can't do this. And like, I guess the combination of my confusion and disappointment, I just put my phone down and went to sleep because I was like, what was that about? Because I wasn't watching any condom related porn before that.
That you know that was coming for you with that, right? I'm like, what were you watching?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing too. 'Cause
beforehand.
I usually don't use Pornhub. Like my go-to porn website is XNXX.
That's my new one.
Yeah, no, that's all reliable. That's all faithful right there. So when
Pornhub is showing me too much sushi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
so
it.
like I just happened to stumble across Pornhub for whatever reason, because when you try to switch things up, and like the homepage was all of that, I'm like, this is weird. So I was like, no, thank you. Kindly declined. Went to bed, and I think I had mentioned it to Red, And she said the same thing. She was like, what the fuck are you watching? Were you watching? I'm like, I never go on Pornhub. I usually go on XNXX, and the shit that I watch in there is like filthy. So how did that equate to?
Bitch.
So I was like, how did that equate to like condom sex? You know?
Yeah, that's weird.
Needless to say, like, I guess because in real life we try to be protected, or I would hope we are more protected. We don't want our porn to be protected. Like, we want it to be as filthy and disgusting as possible.
That's
because
the whole point. Yeah,
I'm living vicariously through you, bitch.
Right. That's what it is.
Okay.
Like, I need, as in real life, I need my shit to be disgusting. I need it to be even more disgusting.
But you know what my problem is too?
Like, and it doesn't involve a condom.
Yeah.
I have to use that in my real life. I don't want to watch it on porn.
So I have a problem because I do have ADHD. I am embracing my truth as a not middle-aged, but older millennial.
You're a middle-aged Jewish man. You are Larry
I'm Larry David.
Yeah.
But as a Latina woman with ADHD, I know certain things I fixate on that I shouldn't. Perfect example, the other night I was like, I need to rub one out to go to bed. I'm looking for porn. I come across this porn video. I couldn't get into the mood because the entire time the couple was fucking with a pile of laundry next to them. And I was fixated on the fact that these motherfuckers, they put their laundry away.
Why are you like this?
And the whole time I'm like, dobla esa ropa, like fold your clothes. Why y'all fucking near the laundry like that? Like I was, it got to the point that I sat up in my bed. I swear to God, it was like 3-something in the morning. I sat up in my bed. I'm like, motherfuckers don't put laundry away no more. Like, what are we doing?
That was probably part of the scene.
No.
Like, the clothes were dirty.
No.
Now they're clean.
You could tell it was clean laundry because it was still sitting in the basket.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it was probably part of the whole... She was probably taking the clothes out of the dryer, folding. He crept up behind her, bent her over the dryer.
I'm going to need motherfuckers to put their laundry away. If they're going to do a sex scene, at the very least, keep the fucking laundry out the scene. Because a bitch like me is going to stumble across your video and I'm going to be like, put your clothes away. There was another time, and Red could attest to this because I sent it to her. I find a video. It was a bitch with a fat ass. She was getting clapped out by 2 guys, but the entire time I couldn't focus on that because of the bitch's eyebrows. They were horrendous. And I'm
getting my head over here. Like,
I am getting to the point that my impediment of ADHD is getting in the way of my masturbation life. Because I'm fixating on the wrong things.
Yeah, you need to be fixated on the dick.
But no, like, if you got fucked up eyebrows, I'm going to be fixated on that. If you're fucking in front of a pile of laundry, I'm going to be like, put your fucking why are you fucking when you should be folding?
Fuck and
fold. Then fuck.
No, fuck and fold at the same time.
Nah, because if you got ADHD, you can't do both.
Honey, there's a will, there's a motherfucking way.
Guys, my brain works in a certain way, okay? You know this about me. This is not breaking news. You know how my fucking brain works.
Cream pies. So these porn stars,
yeah,
they want to get paid more.
So this was published by vicenews.com on the 19th. It says, doubling our rates for cream pie scenes. Sex workers on life after Roe. And the quote says, even if I do have an IUD, I'm not going to risk my life and health unless I get paid enough to fly across or leave the country for a safe and legal abortion. That's crazy, right?
It is.
The day the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade was also the day porn performer Siri Dahl started limiting how often she's allowed colleagues to ejaculate inside of her. All right. AFAB, assigned female at birth porn performers, we're all doubling our scene rates for cream pie scenes, right? Dahl tweeted. Now, I'm sure a lot of Republican dipshits like to watch it, which they do. Dahl continued. And personally, even if I do have an IUD, I'm not going to risk my life and health unless I get paid enough to fly across or leave the country for a safe and legal abortion. This wasn't an empty promise. Months after Roe was overturned, Doll now caps the number of cream pies scenes she'll do, which involve a performer with a penis finishing inside their scene partner's vagina. Doll, who lives in Kentucky, a state that has banned almost all abortions, which is weird because the incest rates in that state are like astronomical, is also considering...
Bitch, that was the thought in my head too. It's funny.
Is also considering a more permanent way to protect herself from an unwanted pregnancy. She wants to get her tubes tied. Now, that's another thing. All right, so real quick. My mom had me when she was 22 years old. She knew she didn't want any more kids.
They won't allow you to tie your tubes at that age.
The fact that she had to like literally fight. And I was born in the Bronx. New York City, New York State, super liberal state. Granted, it was the 80s, but still. The fact that my mom at 22 years old was able to successfully convince her doctor to burn her tubes because she was like, that little bitch, I'm done. That little, I'm good. It was crazy because even now, like, I have friends who were married, and every time they try to say, oh, I'm going to get my tubes tied, the doctor's like, but do you really? What does your husband think? And back in 86, like, right after I was born, my mom went through, like, some postpartum depression, and she would tell her OB, like, I want to get my tubes tied. And they were like, but you're so young. What if you get married? My mom was like, no, I have 2 kids. I'm good.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. This little one right here, I'm good. And it was crazy that they were able to do it for her. She tells the story, and I'm like, yo, they really tied you, like, they burned your tube. She's like, yeah, I can't do that again. Because when she was pregnant with Jeremy Renner, my mom went into the hospital October 2nd. My sister was born October 6th.
4 days of labor. Wow.
Yo, she said 78 hours of labor. She said that was the most traumatizing experience of her life. She was like, yo, you were born by the grace of whatever ancestors were looking out for you. Because she's like, I didn't want any more kids. I was so traumatized. My mom was 18 when she had Jeremy Renner. She was 22 when she had me. She was like, yo, traumatized. And she was like, I knew for a fact with you, that's it. I was good with 2 kids. Mm-hmm. She would have been good with 1. But, you know, I was like, nah, bitch, I'm coming. Here I am.
You know what it is? That's because a lot of women, they end up wanting to, they change their, reverse it. They change their minds.
Yeah.
Later on. That's the thing. So they always want to make sure, like, are you sure? Are you sure? But at the same time, it's like, women go through a lot being pregnant.
But you know what's crazy?
Pregnancy is rough on a woman's body.
Aren't tubal ligations reversible?
Changes.
Aren't tubal ligations reversible?
Yes.
So
but when you burn them, clearly, no.
Well, no, my mom said burn them shits.
Yeah.
Because my mom has a very low tolerance for pain. Whereas, like, me and Jeremy Renner, we're fucking sociopaths. We're
high tolerance for pain, and she got you too. Oof.
Yeah. But, like, imagine going to your OB, right? And you tell them, oh, I want to get this done. And they're like, but do you really? What would your husband or your partner say? Are they pushing this baby out their dick? No, right? Who gives a fuck what they have to say?
That's got to be a little tough, though, right? That has to be like a tough situation.
It is.
For marriages. Because what if you decide you don't want any more children? As a woman, you're carrying this child for 9-10 months. And
you know what my thing is too?
And then your husband is like, no, but I want more children. But at least there's the option to have more children, but via surrogate, right?
Yeah. My thing is too, and maybe this is why I'm still single and childless, because I already knew from like an early age, I don't like, I was telling you this earlier, I don't like feeling restricted. I never want to feel like something is holding me back. And growing up, my mom used to always say, a man doesn't hold you back. Kids hold you back. Because it's not about you anymore. It's about them, which is right. And hearing that as a kid, I'm like, I don't want that. I want to be the priority. I want to be the main one. So from early on, I kind of knew I'm not going to be the one to have the marriage and kids, because the greatest feeling in the world for me is being able to get up and do whatever the fuck I want, and nothing is holding me back. Yeah. If you were to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning talking about, yo, come over, A, B, and C. All right, give me 20 minutes. Let me take a shower and get over there. Not, oh my God, I got to find babysitting. Oh my God, let me see what my man has to say. Nah, I don't want that. And when I used to say that out loud to people, they'd be like, you don't mean that. No, you can't be for real. I am very much for real. And I feel like that kind of autonomy over yourself as a woman scares a lot of people.
It does.
Because you're supposed to want the kids and the marriage and the picket fence and the dog and the cat and whatever the fuck American society has rammed down our throats to want.
There's nothing wrong with that. And you shouldn't be shamed for it. That's a choice, right?
But we do get shamed for it. We do. Look at us.
I'm not 100% on the page that you're on.
No, which is fine. But
but I would never be we've had this conversation plenty of times, and I never tell you like, oh, Lexi, but you'll change your mind, or you just never know. I mean, I never know. Like, if it happens, it happens, great. If it doesn't, great.
But the fact that we're both 30-something Latina women with no kids kind of weirds out a lot of people.
It does, because they always look at you like, what's wrong with you?
And there's nothing wrong with us. Absolutely nothing.
Like, what is wrong with you that you don't have this and this and that? And,
I never forget this, and I'm going to tell the story now on the podcast. I remember I was in my 20s. I was working at my other job, and I had just gotten off my shift. I had worked an overnight. And I went to go see my dad, who had just started his day at the clinic. He used to work at the clinic in conjunction to my job. Anyway, I had taken him coffee, and I was just sitting there, just shooting the shit. And there was a woman that worked with him. And, she was just making small talk with me. And she's like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And I was like, oh, I work this weekend, but on Monday I'm going to do like something. I don't remember what I said. And she's like, oh, okay. I think this was around like Valentine's Day week, I want to say. And she was like, oh, so you're not celebrating Valentine's? And I'm like, it's not a real holiday to celebrate. So then she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, it's not really my thing. She's like, oh, you haven't found that special someone? I'm like, no, it's a pagan holiday that celebrates when the Catholics rip the hearts out of whatever. I said something like along those lines, and she was like, oh. So I scared this woman off, whatever. And my dad laughs because he knows how I am. But a couple of days later, I was at work, and I see this woman again, and her daughter also worked there, and her daughter was pregnant. She's like rubbing her daughter's belly. She's like, who doesn't want this? And I'm like, me. I'm like, she's trapped for life. And the way I said it, everyone just fucking looked at me like, wow. I'm like, but a kid traps you. No? Okay. And I kind of just like walked off because it was like super awkward. And that woman would always give me the nastiest look every time she saw me. And it was great. Like, I relished that moment.
My mom used to give me that speech as a teenager too. She used to always say, la que pierde eres tú, no el hombre.
Yeah. Yeah, she knew.
In translation, the one that loses the most
is the woman.
You, not the man.
Yeah, the man can make all the kids he wants and then just goes about his fucking day. We're the ones who are stuck.
Yeah, she's like, your life is the one that's going to be put on pause.
Yeah.
You're the one that's going to have to not be in school, for a while. You have to sacrifice school, work.
Your life.
Yeah. She was like, not the man. He could continue to like hop,
The
jump,
same
skip,
way,
whatever.
the same way
Decide to
Nick
be
Cannon
there.
is making 37 babies.
Right, she would be like, he's the one that'll decide whether he want to be there or not and be
Yeah.
out in his life. He'll continue with his life, and your life will never be the same with a child.
And this is how it
And we
comes.
don't mean that like a negative thing, because babies are blessings, and there are plenty of women out there that do want to be mothers, and unfortunately, it's difficult for
Yeah,
them, or they're not
absolutely.
able to. So we're not saying it like it's a negative
We're
thing, but
saying
for
it
us,
if a woman tells you she doesn't fucking want to have a kid,
yes,
she means it. Don't be like, oh, but you'll change your mind. Oh, but you're just saying that because of... No, she fucking means it. If a woman tells you, I don't want to have kids, be like, yo, that's what's up. End the conversation. It's not for you to convince her to change her mind otherwise. Which is what always fucking happens.
bitch, we're at that stage in our lives where people are like trying to put the pressure on us.
I'm gonna be like, yo, unless you got Nick Cannon money, you're gonna slide a couple of $1 million in my bank account to push out a fucking rugrat. Leave me the fuck alone.
It's so crazy how many people ask me that question more than ever.
It's annoying.
More than ever, and I hate it.
You know what? Every time I'm like,
If anyone is listening that personally knows me, please do not ask me that question.
do not.
Please
Don't.
do not.
Because you know what I'm gonna tell you? Every time like, when are you gonna have a baby? Like, yo, when are you gonna brush your teeth? When are you gonna get a better haircut? When are you gonna use deodorant? I'm gonna come for you on a personal level that you're gonna be so like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? And I'm not gonna care.
When are you gonna leave your scrub ass baby daddy that won't stop cheating?
Yeah. When are you gonna have a baby moms that don't look like Sasquatch? Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Mind your business.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sick of that question. Please stop asking me that.
Don't ask. It's none of your business.
Keep my uterus out of your fucking mouth.
I'm gonna put that Will Smith meme.
Yeah, and it's gonna
And
be
put that
my
on the
uterus.
top.
Like, keep my fucking name
Uterus
out your motherfucking mouth.
It's my uterus.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I'm with the porn stars. Like, increase their rates,
Rightfully
man.
so. Like, you're putting yourself on the line.
Yeah, pay those sex workers more money for cream pie scenes.
Sex workers make the world go round.
I love me a good cream pie scene. That's not one of like my top favorite genres of porn, but if it's a threesome cream pie, I'm there.
You know what's my favorite thing to watch? And you should do this if you don't already. Porn bloopers.
What?
Porn bloopers. Like, okay,
That's a thing.
it is a thing.
Okay.
So, I was, when you have like the post-nut clarity and I was like laying in bed, I'm like, I stumbled across a video and it was like porn bloopers. And it's like when the money shot goes horribly wrong. They don't ejaculate the way they're supposed to, whatever. And one of them was like a cream pie blooper. And instead of like cream pieing and like her vagina like he was supposed to, he did it in his hand, and he had like the jizz in his hand, and he was trying to find somewhere to put it, and he was like, "I need a towel." You can hear the sense of urgency in his voice, and it was fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
So do yourself a favor,
Where
guys.
did you see that?
This
at?
was on XNXX.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
That's definitely some rabbit hole I'm gonna jump
Yeah,
in.
like porn bloopers are definitely a thing. I highly recommend if you're like, not necessarily like want to fuck, but if you're like bored. And it was just like the urgency in his voice. It was like that video with the two gorillas fighting, and the woman was like, "Someone get the zookeeper." Like, what the fuck was a zookeeper supposed to do
against the line.
against two fucking fighting ass grown ass gorillas?
Oh, it was the gorillas.
It was the gorillas, and she's like, "Someone get the zookeeper." Like, bitch.
only a fucking Karen would say that. Because what is the zookeeper supposed to do with two gorillas fighting one another? Like, they're asserting dominance there in their own like habitat.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. Let them fight it out. They
Oh,
gonna
look.
hug it out afterwards.
I found some porn bloopers. This is great.
Bitch, I can't with you. Is this what you gonna do?
Look, I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send it to you.
We'll also add the link in the show details because,
Listen,
there's been a few times when people hit us up asking us like where they can find.
someone was asking me, they're like, you need to start posting the stuff you talk about. I'm like, all right.
No, I started doing so because, people are always interested in like some of the random ass things that we come up with.
And if there's one thing Lexi knows how to fucking be is fucking random.
Yeah, but we gonna wrap it up. Savage, any last words?
If you guys see me crying randomly, mind your business. I'm just mourning the Yankees.
Pobrecita.
It's all right.
Yeah, I seen her go.
The Knicks are back, baby.
Are they?
What'd you say?
All right, so let me just wrap it up before I don't make it to the next episode. Guys, remember you can find Ladies Pitch on Instagram at Ladies Pitch and on Twitter, Pitch718. Like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. Where you can find a podcast, you will find the Ladies Pitch podcast there. My ladies, remember you deserve to be happy and fuck disrespectfully and cream pied. Remember that. This is Haydee motherfucking baby.
This is your godless wonder, Lexi the motherfucking savage.
And we will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Make your choices.
Thanks for tuning in to Ladies Pitch Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on all streaming platforms. Find us on Instagram at Ladies Pitch and follow us on Twitter at Pitch718. See y'all next week.
Bye-bye.